Goody, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy WhosManz. You already know what time it is. Getting into the air raid offense. Finally done with all the passing plays. Getting into the runs and the screens. Doing it just in one video because I mean it's very easy. And yeah, so if y'all do enjoy stuff like this, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the thumbs up, do all that fun stuff for me. It really helps me out. And we're gonna keep getting into it. So the next series of videos is gonna be philosophy, things like that. And then I'm gonna just get back into some gameplays. And after some of the gameplays, I may just break down some of the stuff that I do right and wrong. That way, y'all don't have to make the same mistakes that I make, and some of y'all can just, you know, learn from that. So anyway, let's get into it. All right, so when running the ball in the air raid, you're not going to be running the ball a lot. Now, there are times where you're going to be running the ball more than you think, but this is just going to be more so if they give you 5 players in the box, run the ball. It's just basic math. You have 1-to-1 blocking. We're going to come out in inside zone because most of the runs we're going to do are inside zone, outside zone. Now when I say 5 in the box, I want you to look at the tackles, the players in front of the tackles, and then also the linebackers. Cover 2 man, you only see 4 on the 4 down linemen, and then 1 linebacker. That's 5 in the box right there. I usually take it in that 5-yard area and then just outside the tackles. And you have 1-to-1 blocking. And to understand how zone runs work, your left guard and your center are going to be double teaming one of the defensive tackles, leaving the linebacker. Now you do have to be patient with this, and it depends sometimes on where that Mike is going to be. If he's on the same side as your running back, usually this run is a lot easier. In this case, you're going to have to be more patient. So we're going to run this. He double teams. And sometimes you only pick up a couple. Now, if this is the user and, you know, they try to shoot that gap there, you can wait just a second. Boom, make your cut. You just make your read. But you do have to be patient. In this run here, I stop real quick. I allow the double team to keep going. I let off the stick right there. You know, that center pushes him off. Kendrick Green pushes him off to the right. I'm kind of getting a butt block from my left guard because, you know, that works. And you just bang it up the middle. Also, if your opponent doesn't leave this, keep running the ball. There are going to be games where you just like, well, if they don't want to get out of this defense, I'm going to keep running the ball down their throat because they don't learn. So definitely do that. It's just something to mix in to give them trouble, because there are going to be times, since you're throwing the ball a lot, I know people do this, they're going to drop 75 people in coverage, and then you're going to get the weak box, and you're going to bust a good run. You do have the draw, which I really like to do, especially if they do drop every single person besides 2 people in coverage. I love to run the draw because there's not enough people at the line. Then you get your linemen blocking downfield against corners, and I mean, they're not doing anything against that. I don't use the jet touch pass as much, but I do sprinkle it in there sometimes. It does work, especially depending on who you have, you know, at your slot receiver. And this is gonna hurt using Juju, but you know, it really depends. You know, if you have like a Debo Samuel, if you have Tyreek Hill, somebody like that, somebody really dynamic, this jet touch pass is really nice. I would not sprint right off. When you sprint, your players will try to get to the next block quicker. When you don't sprint, they'll try to hold on to the blocks a little bit longer. So you have the jets, you know, the jet sweeps. Another run that I really like out of this Arizona playbook is this HB dive. It almost works like a trap. You kind of follow your blocking. But I really like this run. I feel like I get pretty solid gain out of this run. Usually, carry on here. So I average 8.5 yards a run out of this play. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the blocking. It's really nice and it's hard to shoot. Another formation that I like to run out of is this doubles, mainly because if they start, you know, shooting that zone run, you have this 45 quick base, and it's not, I mean, it's a power run. You wait just a second, pick up your couple yards, but it's really nice if they have 5 in the box. I just clicked, and you see right there, I sprinted, don't get the block. If you are patient and you're not just trying to, even if you're not holding sprint, you know, you pick up your 4 yards. As long as you're picking up 4 yards, 3 to 4 yards, you're fine. And then there's one more actually out of the tray, outside zone. These outside runs are nice too, just because if you've really been killing them up the middle and, you know, you've been in this, you know, trip set, you can use this, boom. I mean, I'm just spinning at random here at this point, but outside zone. Now I'm gonna get into the screens. So with the screens, you do have this jet touch pass, this mountain H-back screen. It's very interesting because depending on who you have at your #1 receiver on the left side, your with your running back, you know, if it's man and they play outside leverage, you do have a chance to hit that the slant, but also that screen is really nice. Against man, not the greatest. Against zone, it's pretty good. You're gonna see here against man, they just get back in there too quickly. Now I'm gonna show you it against man or against zone. So this is it against zone. Still comes over there, but boom. Wait a second. You have 3 blockers. You can pick up a few yards. Use the screen as part of your run game as well. It's not there to pick up huge chunk plays. Bunch quads, or no, empty quads, I'm sorry, has a really good wide receiver screen. You already have 3 blockers on that side, and you have your receiver in over here. And this just, I don't know why, for me it just really gets really good blocking. Quads is always hard, and especially if you're playing against somebody who really loves match, this is going to be a tough one to do, because match just kind of goes in a drop against quad sets. So you have this, boom, pick up your yards, use it as the run game, another good one. I do like to come out in this trips, and what I like to do is on screens like this, I like to run it to the boundary because I feel like it blocks better, 1, and 2, nobody ever thinks you're gonna run a screen to the boundary. Something I just noticed. Boom, hit that, get your blocking set up, use it as a, you know, the run, and there you go. All right, so I mean, that's the runs and the screens. You definitely sprinkle those in. This is an air raid offense, so if your opponent is coming out in pass defense, sprinkle this run in there to keep them honest, especially on first downs. I don't really like to run the ball on second down too much unless they keep giving me 5 people in the box, or they just seem to not be able to stop runs. Then I'll just keep running the ball. But other than that, I mean, you know, sprinkle your screens in there. You're not throwing like 5, 6, 7 screens a game. You're not running the ball 20 times. This is just to sprinkle in there and keep your opponent honest on defense. But other than that, man, that's it for this video. I know it's real quick. Make sure to like the video if you do like stuff like this. Like I said, we're getting into the philosophy and how I run it, and next video. And yeah, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like and the bell and all that good stuff. And I'm gonna see you on the next video. Peace.